It's the Meek, Geek, Gab Show, a regular vlog where I get to yak about news and reviews focused on video games, electronics, sci-fi, fantasy movies, TV shows, comic books, collectibles, and other geeky topics.
Hello, welcome again to another episode of the Meek, Geek, Gab Show, talk show where we talk about geeky topics. My friend Joel and I, we went out to the movie theater recently, Friday night, to see Total Recall, an action sci-fi movie directed by Len Wiseman, starring Colin Farrell, Jessica Biel, Kate Beckinsale, and basically it's a remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger 90s classic. Slightly different, but basically it's a sci-fi where Quaid, he's a construction worker working in the future. He undergoes a mental vacation at a company called Recall, and he starts to uncover the truth of his past. Quaid's wife, Kate Beckinsale, isn't his wife, but a lethal government operative who will chase him through the movie like a Terminator, of course. And she is like a killing machine. Now, there's three segments to this brief review, just brief description, like you just heard, and then we're going to have a spoiler alert discussion with my friend Joel, and finally a final rating of the movie. So, Joel, what was your impressions of the movie? Did you enjoy it?
You know what I really liked about the whole thing, about the movie, is they did more or less what Christopher Nolan did for Batman. Mm-hmm. They basically reinvented Total Recall without altogether reinventing the story. They made a few different adjustments. Of course, it takes place on planet Earth as opposed to Mars.
Yeah, there's no Mars in this one, I noticed.
No.
And you notice it was like this time, instead of there's a lot of science fiction elements. This time it's a vehicle that travels through the Earth from colonial. There's colonial Australia, somewhere in Australia, and then there's the unified United Britain or something.
Yeah, it was the United British Federation, something like that.
And that's all the other Earth has been contaminated with chemicals, so it's uninhabited. And so basically, there's a resistance force against this empire, right? And there's this villain guy. I guess the guy
Bill Nighy.
Bill Nighy. He played in that. I remember he's in that TV show Breaking Bad. Yeah, about that chemistry teacher. So basically, all the actors and actresses were really good. I found the movie much more sophisticated than the Arnold Schwarzenegger version. Would you say?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it had more polish though.
It was not only did it have way better special effects, but what's more important, the dialogue was much better.
Yes, intelligent.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
it's not too sophisticated.
You can't take him seriously too much.
No.
The always talks like this. But you could really understand what Colin Farrell was saying. He's much more articulate, and he's a smarter secret agent. I believe the movie was filmed in St. Thomas, that's near London, Ontario. So it's actually, I guess movies are cheaper to make in Canada. But yeah, it's a real polished look. I could hardly tell it was made in Canada. Nice look to it. Both actresses were very attractive, Kate Beckinsale and Jessica Biel. At times I kind of had trouble telling them apart. They're very similar in their facial features, but basically one's the good, one's the bad girl. So any other critique that you want to make?
Well, no. I mean, I just thought that Bill Nighy was really great as Cohaagen.
And those robot soldiers that he was going to utilize to take over the jobs, basically, and construction jobs.
Yeah. What I liked about this story is that it seemed to really relate to a lot of things that we're fighting against today. Over-centralization.
Yeah.
Corporate control.
There's a lot of critique on that.
And I just really thought that the way the movie was directed and the acting was a lot more natural, with Arnold Schwarzenegger version, although it had obviously good points too.
Yeah.
But it really was campy compared to this one. This one was a lot more refined and sophisticated.
Philip K. Dick's story, I think it was closer to, I haven't read the Philip K. Dick, which is based on, he did the Blade Runner, as well as Minority Report, and as well as some other sci-fi shows. Philip K. Dick wrote a lot of sort of paranoid sci-fi stories, sort of stories about the us and them government,
Right.
secret agents working against hostile forces of the government.
What I noticed about the artwork of this movie was that it resembled more so Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah, it had that flavor to it.
It had that, you know, the cavernous, huge cities that where everyone is basically living on top of each other.
It's like a ghetto, a futuristic ghetto.
A kind of a funky, cool, artistic ghetto, though.
And a lot of Asian, sort of mixture of Asian and different cultures working together, living together, sort of massed together, and very almost. I think there's a term for it, cyberpunk, where cyberpunk is usually relating to computer, sort of a dark computer society, a society over dependent on computers and technology.
Right.
Where the technology is highly advanced, yet very oppressive and restrictive.
That's right.
So it's not like Star Trek, the Next Generation era. It's more like it's better than an Orwellian society, but it's less than a Star Trek empire. It's not a utopia. It's quite dystopian still, even with all the technology. And I like also the element of what is real. You know, everything you've been told is a lie. I like that concept. Is that, you know, how do you prove that this is all real? Or what we're experiencing is this all just a sensation in our mind and sensation of the thoughts and speech and everything that we see and hear and taste is just been implanted maybe by a secret agency with nefarious plans. So anyways, again, that's Philip K. Dick concepts for you. He always had these paranoid kind of ideas that were very unique to his style of writing. So if there's nothing else we can mention in the movie, I highly recommend this movie personally. If you like Philip K. Dick, you like cyberpunk sci-fi, you want to see a real refreshing alternative to the original Total Recall and also Worship, you're gonna love this movie because I think it gives a much better. We can remember it for you. Wholesale. That's the original Philip K. Dick story that he wrote. So I'm given this movie out of 5 recall devices out of 5. I'm giving us 3.5. How many would you give out of 5 stars or 5 devices?
Probably 4. I think I like it a little bit better.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that the great thing about the movie is it doesn't seem to take itself too seriously, and that's always a good thing. Yeah, definitely. I had a lot of fun time. This is the Meek Geek and my friend Joel signing out till later, and I'll be doing another movie review in the future. So, thanks for your attention. Bye.